Hello, welcome back. I'm Claire, this is Purple Poppy, and as you can see, we are working on Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. Now, we've had a new prompt this week, which was winter berries, and that seems to have come at exactly the same time as the lovely Christine over at Create and Craft with Christine, who's doing this 1800s revival stitching, has put out for this week this holly with, it did have a couple of birds on. I've blown it up because I wanted it slightly bigger. So I think I'm going to, as it were, kill two birds, whoops, with one stone, and I'm going to use Christine's 1800 stitchery as my winter berries. So this was the last prompt, and conveniently here we've got this lovely part of the old church window, so I think that's going to work very well, and it's an excuse to use my lovely new threads, because I'm thinking this green would be great for the holly, and then maybe this browny green, maybe not when you put it together, but it might sort of work as the underside. We'll see how we go. And then we can use this orangey brown for the stalky branches, and then I'll have to find some red for the actual berries. So as always, we're gonna, I say always, but we're gonna turn on the light box, and we are gonna start to put this image onto our page. I'll cover it up with a sheet first in a bid not to overly blind you. And now we need to work out where we want it. I feel like I want it on the SKU, if that makes sense. So there's the stalk at the bottom. Don't want to blind you with this, so hang on. Let's work this out. Where's that stalk gone? Right, whoops, I turned it off. So that stalk I want in this corner. Move my mouse out of the way, so the computer's going to start going. Yeah, I think that's going to work. So here is the base of the branch there, and that's going to come up and across there like that. I've come to realise that this paper is a bit too thick to do the printing on, to then use on this thick fabric for the light box. It just doesn't like it. So I'm going to do my best, but I don't think we're going to get a majorly accurate image of Christine's, is it Victorian? Possibly. And then we've got so I've been very rude, I've not asked, how are you all? Are you happy, safe and well? And I must apologise for the state of my nails. It's mainly because of all this stitching, because you put the polish on and then the polish just vanishes. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 berries there. There's another holly there. Excuse me. And And this one seems to sort of curve round and over like that. I don't know if I like that really. And then we've got more branches there. What's happening over this side? I think now I'm making the pattern up to suit myself, to be honest, because I'm not 100% sure that I can see it correctly. Do you know what? I'm going to stop there. I'm going to print this on thinner paper and then I'll come back. I think it'll be so much better. Okay, I'm back. I have printed it on thinner paper. This was the original thick one, the Navigator, whereas this is just plain cheap copier paper. And you can see it much clearer now. And I think I've also even made it a little bit bigger than it was, even though I'd already made it bigger. So there you go. We're just working our way up this line. Also, you probably notice that I've got it at a very different angle to the angle that I had just now, because I was thinking, well, it is winter berries, so we want to see as many of the berries as we can. So I've moved it round so that we've got, you know, more berries showing. So there you go. And I'm just finding this much easier to stitch. It's because I'm thinking about stitching it in a minute. Finding it much easier to draw. Okay, now here we've got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7 berries, and then another holly. And this one's a bit sort of bent. So you can hear hubby on the phone there. It's not much fun for you to watch really, this bit, is it? But it's an important part of the process. I know a lot of you are very artsy and you can draw your own images, but that doesn't really work for me, so I'm just tracing it through as I always do, because that's the way that it works for me. Okay, we'll have a bit of a branch coming down there. See, I'm sort of inventing my own, but you know, so what. So I'm sorry, Christine, I've sort of butchered your image, but I am, you know, giving it a go, as it were. Now this is the one that curves round, so it's round there, up there, in there, and then it sort of comes round there, and then back that way, which is very, very bizarre, but it's because it's got that bit there, I think. And then there's, oh, we're stopping there, aren't we? Because that's the edge of the page, Claire. Right, let's turn the light off. It's not brilliant, but it's given me a good guide as, you know, to where I'm going. So let's just have a little look at this. So here, this one should be more like that. And of course I am also drawing over the stitching, which is making it a little bit problematic. I need to do something with this one, don't I? So let's put the iron on there and take that bit off, because something's not right about that bit. And let's just go with a, oh, see, that's not right either, is it? Oh goodness me, Claire, surely you know what holly looks like. So if we come down there, down there, down there, down there, down there, down there, down there. Oh, that's an awful, goodness me. See, now you know why I trace things rather than draw them. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's better. Okay, so we've got 2 lots of berries there, haven't we? And we could even put our own berries there as well. Now, as I say, it looks a bit higgledy-piggledy, and it sort of is, but let's have a go and see how we get on. Am I even on camera? Yes, I am. There's a miracle in itself. So I'm gonna turn the iron off. That would be a good start, wouldn't it? And I'm gonna start with this lovely green. Where is it? There. Is that on there? Okay. So let's start with this and see how we get on. I've got my favourite needle, so hopefully we can get this thread and we can start to stitch. I think I've already apologised for the state of my nails, but I've got to be honest and say that every time I look at them it just reminds me. Right, I think we're going to start with this one at the bottom here, where it's very sort of prominent at the front of our work. Probably going to do just a back stitch, as always. It tends to be what I always do, doesn't it? Or maybe even actually split stitch. That might work, mightn't it? So, how are you getting on? You pleased with this this new prompt? I must admit, when I first heard winter berries, I was like, yeah, okay. And then I was like, oh, we're leaping into Christmas, because winter berries is holly and mistletoe, and so yeah, we're suddenly creeping into Christmas. It's my most favourite time of the year. I'm such a big kid. I think I showed you last week that I'd done Christine's jug in that pink perlé, so it seems sort of appropriate that we're now doing Christine's holly in the perlé. I am, as always, stitching ahead, so in one way I feel like I've stolen her thunder, because obviously her stitching video's not out yet, because she does that on a Saturday, but of course you'll be watching this on Sunday, so my bacon has been saved, as it were, because you'll obviously see Christine's video before you see this, so that makes it all okay. So there we go. A lovely noisy car parking up outside. Do apologise. And then I'm coming over there. Excuse me. And I think once we get some really bright red berries on here, and we get rid of all these pen lines, it's really going to wake it up. Hope so anyway. I'm loving this green. It feels like a really good winter green. It's got like a sage element about it, which is awesome. Yeah, it's a really good winter green, I think. I love it. Oh, that was a bit weird, Claire. So, I've been working on my Christmas Take Two Just Because quilt. In fact, I've got to be 100% honest and say it's all but finished. All the front scrappy pieces are on to the wadding. I managed to find a lovely varying red duvet in the charity shop for just a few pounds that I've stripped down to use as the back. And I've stenciled up all of the pattern that I'm going to stitch, and as you will have seen if you watched Friday's Just Because video, Just Because quilt video, I've already stitched some of those patterns into the back, so it's really marching along nicely. And because the backing fabric was a duvet cover, I've got loads and loads left, because I've got the whole of the front, because the piece that I used was the back, the less patterned side. I've got loads to do my border all the way around the edge. Now I'm going to do a Jennifer Clouston sheet there and pin that stitch back to the line. So I'm going to come through on the line, pick that back and go straight back down just to hold it on that curve. That's better. Right, and then come about halfway down here, split that stitch. Oh, do you know, I find it really quite difficult to split these stitches. I think mainly it's because I'm blind as a bat and I can't really see where I'm supposed to be going. Right, and now I'm going to come down the middle to get that sort of veining line that we've got. So yeah, and I think I'll see how I get on with the Christmas quilt this week. But then next week will be an ideal time to come and start finishing off the November panel that's in the original one. And because I've been doing this Christmas one, I've been very good and I've not done anything on December in the original one. So that means I should have, as it were, caught back up with myself, and I can work through December on the December panel. That'd be a bit of a miracle, wouldn't it? We actually did what we were supposed to be doing. But also that will tie up with the big Christmas panel that I've got from Corinne, so I can be working on that as well. So yeah. Oh, so the story of the sofa saga continues. Well, it's finally over now, but it continued until yesterday. Goodness me, because having finally got the new sofa in, loved it, we'd arranged with the council for one of these bulky collection things for them to come and take away the old suite. So I'd booked it and I'd paid for it 2 or 3 weeks ago, and we'd been falling over it in the lounge waiting for the date to come, and they were supposed to come and collect it on the 8th of November, and they had said that you have to be ready, i.e. it has to be out at its collection point from 6 a.m. So Friday the 8th was a Friday, so Thursday night hubby and I are dragging this suite out the front, and I thought somebody's bound to say something, so I put a note on it for collection by the council Friday the 8th. Yeah, you see, that is beautiful. I'm really pleased with that. So more thread and on we go. Do this other big one next, I think. So it went. Friday came and went. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? Nobody turned up. And of course it's Friday, so then you can't get hold of the council until Monday morning. So it sat there all of Thursday night, all of Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. Monday morning hubby rang and asked what was going on, and the lovely lady was like, oh goodness, I'm so sorry, I'll chase it up for you. So that was Monday, it sat there Monday night. Tuesday it was still there. Now by Tuesday morning the neighbours were getting right fed up with this, because it's quite a small road that I live in and parking is premium, and of course it was in the road, so people had started to move it, and one armchair had gone off down the other side of the road to make a parking space slightly bigger so someone could get their car in it, and then somebody else had moved another chair for presumably the same reason. Because I sit here at my desk with my window open, I was hearing people going up and down the street. Oh look, someone's dumped that there, because by now somebody, in moving all the chairs around, they've lost the label that was on it. As part of the collection, we'd requested that they took not only the suite but a couple of old rugs. Somebody decided they wanted the rugs, so the rugs went missing. So now this furniture is all up and down the street. Hubby's chased them up again, and the lady at the council's like, well, we have to give them 48 hours, blah blah blah. So then when I wake up on Tuesday morning, it's now all been moved again. There's bits of my old suite all over the place. And I said, you know, strictly speaking, it's not my responsibility, because I handed that over to the council on Thursday evening as requested, but I'm a responsible person. I can't have that. Also, it's so spread about now, I've got no guarantee that if and when they turn up, they're going to take it all, or they're just going to take the piece nearest my house. So hubby and I were out there at 8 o'clock Tuesday morning. I moved our car because the car was parked outside our house, and moved it further down the road into another space, and we went about collecting all these bits and pieces and putting them in the space where our car had been, right outside my house, because I thought then at least somebody goes to move it again, I can, you know, have a polite little word, and also I will know for definite if they've been and taken it. So we did all that. We sat down with a cup of tea and some breakfast, and at 9 o'clock they turned up to take it. So finally the street is free of my old sofa, because also it was starting to look, you know, really tatty and messy, and oh dear. And then this morning, excitement of excitements, I think I mentioned to you that having got the sofa in, the room felt huge, and I decided I wanted a chair to go in one of the empty spaces, like a fireside chair. So I'd ordered that, and that turned up this morning. So now we are done, tidy, rubbish free, and loving the way the room now looks. So it's been a little bit of a journey, but we're done. We're done, we're in, we're happy, and as my nan would say, it's all beautiful and ready for Christmas. It's funny, isn't it, how, you know, things, we say that quite a lot. Shall we do so-and-so for Christmas? I remember my mum redecorating, you know, for Christmas. I don't mean decorating the tree, I mean, you know, wallpaper and carpet and things. It's, I don't know, it's something, it's like it's a really important time of year. I think actually it's moreover because it's the one time of the year where you have lots and lots of visitors, and or you potentially have lots of visitors, and you know, you want the house to look at its best. I don't think it's actually because of Christmas. I might be wrong. And I mean, I know when I was ordering my chair, it was all like advertised, delivered before Christmas. So it really, obviously really is a thing. Anyway, enough of my furniture dramas. And I'm sure when Christine does hers, she'll be doing it much neater and all in a nice tight hoop. And it'll be so much more professional than what I'm doing here. But hey, for me, it's about the doing. I mean, obviously I want it to look reasonable, I want it to look total wreck, but well, and my split stitch has gone a bit to pot, hasn't it, while I've been talking to you. It's become more of a dodgy looking back stitch. I just wanted to join those two together a bit better. That's it. Right, I think I'll finish this leaf. I'll make an attempt on some of the branches with that brown, and then I'll probably leave you in peace to get on with your day. And I suppose now the furniture saga is completely over, I'm going to have to discover new stories to share with you, aren't I? So, I wonder what the next story is going to be. Well, actually, I suppose the next thing I'm going to be doing is starting to get ready for Christmas. Start getting all the fruit and soaked in some oozy booze, ready to make cakes and puddings and mince pies with. So they'll be the next stories, won't they? I'm guessing. Whoops. See, I split that lovely and then I pulled it out. That was silly, wasn't it? Split in there. Oh, don't run out of thread now, Claire. That would be a bit of a disaster, wouldn't it? Because I don't really want to re-thread my needle just to do one spine line. Or it's going to be, what is it? Stitchery roulette, as Anne Brooke would say. Oh no, we've done it, look. Ta-da! That really could do with coming down there, but anyway, it's a bit square there, isn't it? Could afford to come in, but I haven't got any thread left. Oh, I wonder if, which bit is it I want to bring down? This bit here. So if I put my needle in there, can we then thread this tail in let's see, that would be handy, wouldn't it? Oh, it's going to be touch and go. Oh, it's really touch and go. Ah, I have to put it back in again. See if that'll work. Yes, there you go. That did work. Okay, so let's have a little look at this branch. Now, is that green or brown? Do you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I think it is. So I am going to do that greeny brown. I'm going to use this one because I think it's more a sort of greeny colour than brown, isn't it, Holly? Because it's one of the winter greens. So I'm going to use this colour and just get a couple of these get a couple of these branches going. So have we split through that thread? No. There you go. I think we have now. And I'm gonna not necessarily follow that line. I think I did that line a bit wrong. So yeah, I think that's what we need. I don't think we wanted a true brown. I think this is going to work perfectly. And now that's going to go over there to join up that extra holly leaf that's going to come in there. Whoops. Like so. So we got that leaf. And then that, let me look at this picture. That does actually run round there. So it's going to run, let's get a pen. It's going to run from this holly all the way there, like that, and then those berries are going to be on top, and then it's also going to run like that and like that. Right, okay, so if I come back up there, no, back up, yeah, no, it is there, Claire, you joined it on the wrong line. And we're just going to feed a bit of a curve up there. That's the idea. That's it, and now I've found my line again. Okay. We're just follow this round, and there'll be another holly on there. Right, so that's that holly there. Oh, sounds like Boo thinks it's lunchtime. And then we're going to come, where did I go? Oh, that one goes there. But we're also going to come here and follow this, line here to match up there, because it's all coming from the main stalk, isn't it, that wide stalk, but that's off of my page, so right. want to go up there. Through those berries and round to meet that holly that's up there. There. So that'll be where that holly is. And we'll bring that down there. Okay, so we can see, look, we've come round here, there's going to be holly there. We've come along here, there's going to be holly there, and we're up there and there's holly there. So that's good. We're following a logical path, at least I think we are. And now I need to come, I think, to here, this point here, pull that, and we need to get another little line coming across here, and that is then going to feed through our berries, because also of course I don't want to get confused with my church lines. So much going on. And that's behind that berry there. Yep. Behind that berry. And then that is meeting up with that holly there. And then I come back through that stitch there. That is going to meet there. There we go. So that, I believe, is all of our stalk lines, because that one's there, and they're there. Maybe I'll just do a bit more coming round there. So, wow, quite a lot happened there, didn't it? As always, a huge thank you for coming along and joining me today. I hope you found some joy and inspiration and you're not blinded by all the lines. Stay safe. I'll see you very soon. Ta-ta for now.